Hello everybody and welcome back to Diana Banana's channel. Today we're going to go over some shift work hints and clues and ideas for digesting and eating habits to give you a healthier lifestyle. Now, just so you're aware, unlike my previous videos where I was promoting strongly a whole food plant-based diet, which I still recommend, this one will have hints and clues for everybody. Little tips you can pick up and use regardless what shift you work and regardless what job you actually have. Let's get started. Hippocrates was a Greek physician known as the father of medicine. And he says all the disease begins in the gut. So what does he mean by that? He means microbiome. What's the microbiome? Well, microbiome is basically your immune system that's housed in your stomach. You have microbiome throughout the entire body. The stomach houses the most microbiome, which is considered your immune system. Microbiome is the body's defense system against infection, disease. It also releases energy, produces and distributes nutrition throughout the entire body. So your microbiome is very valuable and very important. So feeding the microbiome actually has some favorite foods. Beans, lentils. However, if you have sensitivity to either one of them, your microbiome might not be a fan. Leafy green vegetables, kale, spinach, bok choy, chard, broccoli. You get the gist. Carrots, all berries, bananas, apples. You get the idea. And like I've said in previous videos, when you look down at your dinner plate, you want your plate to have a lot of color. Think of it this way. When you look at your plate and you see all the different colors, you're feeding the billions of different microbiome that's in your immune system to help keep you strong. What's one of the microbiome's favorite things? So we went over microbiome's favorite foods. So one of their favorite things is consistency. I cannot stress this enough. The more consistency we have in our day-to-day basis, the happier our microbiome is and the more it will thrive. For instance, eat at the same time every day. It doesn't matter how many times you eat. Twice a day, if you eat once a day, if you eat 5 times a day, just make sure you're eating the same time every day. It will make your microbiome happy. And when your microbiome's happy, it makes you happy. Same thing with sleep. Again, consistency. Your microbiome needs to sleep also. Sleep at the same time every day and waking up at the same time every day will help your body and hence your microbiome thrive. Digestion. Now, keep in mind, digestion is one of the hardest things the body actually does. The stomach actually uses 10 to 20% of your calorie intake for actual digestion. So think about it this way. If your diet range is about 2,000 calories a day, 10 to 20% of that is actually used for digestion and not used as calorie counting. Try and give your body or your stomach as much time to digest before you go to sleep. So you want the stomach to have plenty of time to digest before you go to bed. It will help you sleep better and it will relax your digestive system. There's foods out there that can also promote different things. So real quick, foods that will promote sleep. Grapes, cherries, bananas, almonds, and pasta. Now I know you're thinking, oh, well, turkey, tryptophan, right? Yes, well, grapes, cherries, bananas, almonds, and pasta also have strands of tryptophan, and they are sleep-promoting foods. Foods that wake you up. So before you touch that energy drink or start drinking, guzzling that coffee down, remember there are foods that will help you wake up also. You didn't sleep nearly as much as you want, and you wake up all groggy, try eating an apple. Apples, walnuts, chia seeds, oatmeal, and spinach are some of the most efficient foods to help wake you up. And the best thing you can possibly drink to help wake you up isn't coffee, isn't an energy drink, it's water. Let's stay with caffeine. For those who are sensitive to caffeine, this obviously isn't for you, and you probably know that you're sensitive to caffeine. You probably know when to stay away from it. But for those who are not, coffee and caffeinated drinks need to be limited to about 3 a day. Now, caffeine can stay in your body up to 6 hours before bed. So you want to make sure you drink your last cup of coffee or caffeinated beverage, whatever it may be, no later than 6 hours before bedtime, because it will affect you from trying to go to sleep. Remember, also, caffeine does dehydrate the body. Let's go over some benefits of staying hydrated, because we've always been told that it's important to stay hydrated. So some benefits of staying hydrated: it helps regulate body temperature. It boosts your energy level. It aids in digestion. It helps create saliva, and it aids in metabolism. Very important facts. So you've been told all your life, stay hydrated, drink enough water, stay hydrated, drink enough water. But how much? Has anybody actually told you how much? At minimum, everyone should be drinking about 64 ounces of water a day. If you're a caffeinated drinker, a caffeinated beverage drinker, you need to add any ounces per beverage. You add any ounces of water per beverage. For instance, I have a 12-ounce coffee every day. So if I want to drink my minimum 64 ounces of water every day, I also need to add an additional 12 ounces to make up for the caffeinated beverage I drank, so I don't dehydrate myself. Okay, I did a little bit more research on actual averages. Men should actually be drinking 125 fluid ounces, which is basically a gallon and a shot glass. That's how much water men should typically drink. Women, on the other hand, should be drinking about 91 ounces of water. Again, these are based on averages. However, on WebMD, they had a nice little equation that we can do so we know how much water we need to be drinking. So for each individual, the equation is your weight times 67% equals the water and fluid ounces you should be drinking. For example, I am about a 120-pound woman. If I multiply that by 67%, I should be drinking 80.4 fluid ounces. Now, I usually average about 90 to 95 fluid ounces. It's pretty good. It's very important to stay hydrated, though. So a quick recipe, and I know it's quick, but this is simple. I take a can of kidney beans and I rinse them and I bring them to a boil on the stove. Once that boils, I add chickpea pasta. 5 to 8 minutes later, I lower the temperature and I add yellow squash, zucchini, mushrooms, and diced onions. While that continues to cook, I cut up some spinach, arugula, cabbage, and kale. I mix up the greens on a plate. If I'm really feeling some type of way that day, I'll add some balsamic vinegar to the greens. But I usually just rinse what I have on the stove, rinse it out, throw it on top of the greens, and maybe do a light, like a paste salsa on it and some crushed pepper with nutritional yeast. I've eaten that 3 to 4 days a week, and I've eaten it within an hour or two. I'm feeling sleepy, and about 2.5 hours later, I'm fast asleep in my bed to get up and go to my next shift. All right, well, that's it for me today. So let me know. I'd love to know. Like, share, suggest, subscribe, comment, share your opinions. I love opinions. Let me know what you want to know more about. Open for questions, and I'm open for suggestions. Thank you for watching.